is well, wow, new greeting in town. Welcome to MLEC Mentalink Education Consultants. And of late, we've been talking much on the transition to senior school come next year, 2026. And I know many people are asking themselves questions outside there. I can't be able to open my portal. I can't be able to access the portal. How do I go about registration? How do I go about selection of the pathway? How do I go about the selection of the schools and all that, etc., etc. Quite a myriad of questions that people are asking themselves outside there. The biggest question that we should be able to ask ourselves as of today is, where are we with the process of the selection? So I'm going to take you through where we are as at today, 11th June 2025. What has been done? What is being done? What is yet to be done? And what should be done eventually? Well, let's start with what has been done. What has been done is that schools have been categorized and then clustered. You know, there's categorization and then there's clustering. Now, categorization has put schools into either triple pathway schools or double pathway schools, because there are those schools that are going to offer all the three pathways, and basically these are the current national schools, etc. And then schools have also been clustered, whether in terms of, categorized in terms of gender, male or female. Schools have also been categorized based on special needs and also based on accommodation. But then when we talk about clustering has also been done, and clustering is complete. Categorization, complete. Clustering, complete. Schools have been put either in cluster 1, cluster 2, cluster 3, or cluster 4. All the 9,569 schools have been clustered. Cluster 1, 2, 3, and 4. That is also complete. So how many things are complete? Categorization, complete. Okay? Clustering, complete. So what is currently happening, which is incomplete, is the declaration of the capacity by the senior school principals. Then number 2, the declaration of the subject combination that a school is going to offer. That is also incomplete. So 2 things are currently on progress. Number 1 is the declaration of the capacity. A school should be able to declare what is the capacity that this particular school can accommodate. All right? Then the second thing that is currently happening is that principals of schools are in the process of identifying the subject combinations that they are going to offer based on their facilities, infrastructure, and and some other logistics that comes with in terms of the subject or requirements as put by the Ministry of Education. So that is still on progress. Remember, the subject combinations that the Kenya National Examination Council has released, there are 571 combinations. So out of the 571 triple pathway schools, they are supposed to identify what combination of subject they are going to offer in this pathway, in this, in whichever pathway they select, and of course with respect to the tracks. And then after that, they should be able to communicate that to the sub-county director of education, who is supposed to verify those details that indeed this school has the capacity to offer these subject combinations that they have submitted. And at least the school should be able to have some 15 combinations in order of the tracks and the pathways and the tracks there. So that is where we are at the moment. So I repeat that 2 processes are still ongoing, which is the declaration of the capacity and also the declaration of the subject combinations. When this is done, it will be uploaded in the system so that it can now pave way for learners to proceed and select schools. And of course, what should right now be happening the discussion that should now be happening at our junior school levels is that we should have the parents, the teachers, and the students and other experts in the field of education discuss with the junior school students concerning their selection of the pathways. This should be done following what I would call a pathway assessment of learners. This involves a model, and the Ministry of Education has given us a very nice model. I like that model. We call it the RIASEC Model. The RIASEC Model, it says that we have got category of learners. Learners who are for realistic. These are learners who are doers. They like working with machines. They like hands-on activities. So you should be able to observe your learner, whether your learner or your child is in that area. So those are STEM students. Then there are learners who are investigative. They like doing a lot of investigations, matters to do with medicine, research work and all that. Those are learners who are not falling under STEM. You conduct the RIASEC model, then you'll be able to find the category of pathway that this child should be able to belong to. Then there are artistic. These are learners who are very keen on they love performing arts, music, creativity, and all that. So essentially, these learners are very creative. We call them creators. So is your learner in that department of creators, so that they can be able to find where they belong in their pathway? Okay. Then the other one is as for social. They are learners, you observe them, and they are normally very social. These learners are very influential and all that. So, they are very caring. They normally show a lot of help to others. So we call them helpers. So is your learner in that category of the social? Then the other one is enterprising. You look at the enterprising habits. These are those people who are very good in business. They are very good in entrepreneurship and all that. So are you seeing your learner in that department of enterprising? Those who eventually become entrepreneurs. So which pathway would you want to put this child? And finally, are those learners who are under this RIASEC model, we call it RIASEC model. There's the last one, I'm just forgetting it, but of course I'm going to get it to you. So that is exactly what should be happening right now. And then those who are going to offer senior school, let me tell you something. If you are going to offer senior school and you are seated and not doing anything about it, particularly the private schools, this is the right time when you should start thinking about the subject combination that you're going to do. Because by now, I want to believe that all our senior schools have already identified the pathways that they are going to offer. Whether their schools are going to be triple pathway or dual pathway, they have already identified that. But go ahead and now do what the principals are doing outside there, which is selecting the subject combination, so that by the time you get your parents and you call them and you tell them that, okay, our school is going to offer A, B, C, D, you must be able to do that. But alternatively, let me tell you something else that you can do. You can wait until the current senior schools, public schools do their selection. Look at what Alliance has selected. Look at what MAG was selected. Look at what Bishop Katim was selected. Look at what Pangani has selected as their subject combination. Look at what, those giant branch schools, look at what they have done, because I want you to compare yourself with them. Look at what they have done. Then perhaps you can use that to gauge yourself and to find out if you are in their league, what can you do differently, or how can you borrow from their selection. So that is what I would advise you to do. And this is MLEC Mental Link Education Consultant. Anytime you need our services, we are here for you, and we'll be able to guide your parents, your students, your teachers towards the selection of the pathways and to ensure that the student transitions to senior school easily. We are here for you. Give us a call on 0725 702 903 and we can work together. Thank you. Wishing you the very best of the transition.